할 말도 없는데 파우스트를 잡고 있던 건가요? 헉! 이번만 넘어가 드리죠.
Alrighty, welcome back to the stream, and welcome back to Limbus Company. So, I know I said I wasn't going to come back to this game, but I'm still not really coming back to it. This is just a brief return. It's not like it's not going to be a full stream. Basically, the only reason I'm doing this is to sort of put this game to rest in my mind for the time being. Where am I anyway? Drive... not excavation. I want this. Yeah, so I'm over here, sort of in the beginning of this, and just like, it's so long, man. It's so long. I'm not really back. Hi, Ken Ellis. But yeah, I'm not really back. Just, I'm at the start of this thing, and I'm kind of like, it's so much go, and there's so much text. Like, reading it just doesn't really seem feasible. Part of the problem as well is, like, there was that whole thing with the artist, and they kind of trolled the people with the Ishmael skin or whatever it was for what, Muller Company? Like, that's really funny, honestly. But then the whole blowback about that just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and I just didn't want to bother with the game anymore. So it's really a whole thing. So it's a combination of that, not being able to really come back to it and dig into the story, and just how much of it there is. Just kind of like... Not to mention, when I play these games, I play them for the story and the music, right? This section here, it does have story, a lot of it, but then it also has like these long stretches which were just nothing. Yeah, right? Like, it's not the kind of setting that supports that generally. In fact, there hasn't really been anything fan servicey at all. I think it's a cultural thing, honestly, because that's what I heard was a big problem. It was mostly a cultural thing. Min Braun, how are you doing today? How's your evening going? It's going okay. Just doing a little bit of stuff. I'm just chilling. Like I said, I was just talking about this game a little bit, and the reason why I'm not going to be continuing it really on any further. So, yeah, the basic gist of it is just the whole thing that went on with ProjectMoon and the artist kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. And I get it's a whole like cultural thing over there, but like it just did not really like leave a good taste in my mouth. I know they've responded to that and apologized, but like it honestly, gachas are not for me. I do not like gachas. Yeah, gachas, a lot of them are ooh boobs, woohoo, which in fairness sells a lot, but I just don't like them. I don't like gachas. They're one of the two genres that really I just bounce off. Oh, Nikki is hilarious. Are you like... Okay, so the gameplay of Nikki seems whatever. It seems like okay at best, but like the obvious intent of it being just, whoa, look, we got jiggle physics, is really funny.
할 말도 없는데.
Like it's not even trying to hide it. There's two of those. There's that, and then there's another one called Last Origin, which don't look it up, by the way. Don't look up Last Origin. That game is just straight up porn. It's incredible, actually. Like half of the sprites in it are, oh, well, that's on you, buddy. That's on you and your Google search. Make your peace with that. But half of the characters are like cool mecha designs, like robots that would look like a Metal Gear kind of thing, and then the other half are just like women in like just mostly naked or all naked in some cases. Just straight up porn. It's bizarre. That's like the most extreme one I can think of, though. But yeah, so I'm just generally not a big fan of gachas because they're just gambling machines. You pull the slot machine and see if you get something fancy out of it, and then if you don't, then you pay more money or grind, which I'm not a big fan of. And like I've been pushing through this game, or I was pushing through the game for the story and the music and all that, but just like I don't really have it in me to keep going at this point. It was always a tenuous thing. Like with the Runa, it was kind of similar, but at least Runa, I liked the gameplay to some degree, even if it was like really, really rough at points with the difficulty. With this one, just like, no, I'm just not into it. I'm just not into it. Anyway, so here's why I'm back. The main reason I'm back is because I'm going for one last pull. I have a Season 2 assured 3-star identity ticket. I've got every Rodion, I think. What is this? Do I have that one? No, I don't. I have this one. I have that one. Actually, I don't have this Y Association or whatever this one is. DSC Association? I don't have either of those. But we're going for the assured one first. We're going to see what happens. So let's see if I got anything new out of this. Oh my god, I got a 3-star. Whoa, who would have thought?
안녕 안녕. 장미 스패너 공방 대표 로자야.
Hey, Rose Spanner Workshop Rodia. I always love how Dawn is the only one animated in other people's arts. Oh!
가까이 오지 마세요. 아직 잡아야 할 개들이 산더미니까. 그리고 개 내장 묻을 수도 있어요.
Yeah! I got Molar Bulwarks Fixer Mishmael. Woo! I got both the ones that... Okay, I think I was trying to go for the Rodia one at one point in the past, but I got it now, and also I got Ishmael. Woo! I guess Ishmael was the pull I was supposed to get from that. Rodia one was just a luck pull. All right, let's, you know, let's take a look at these two. Oh yeah, I had to, hopefully that's the most controversial thing they have. Also, it's nice to have another 3-star Ishmael that isn't reindeer. Not that I'm going to use it anytime soon. Okay. Let's see. On hit, gain tremor count. Inflict sinking. Inflict tremor count. How much? Oh, I've got plenty of thread.
스크랩 드라이버를 좀 더 개조해봤죠. 아무래도 역시 이걸로 그 큰 놈을 잡아봐야겠어요.
Oh, right. I forgot they have stories. Let's read the story. God, I'm getting steamed alive in here. The sounds of ponderous size and crab shells cracking open filled the green, squelchy mudflat. Oh, it's the weird crab. The crab abno. Come on, pop right off, come on. Ah! After a few labored grunts from the child, a metal scrap splashed onto the mudflat. It was soon added to the pile, which had grown taller than two trash crabs stacked together. Where'd the kid run off to? I thought he went to get the wagon, not cobble together a whole new one from scratch. Whew. I think I need a break. She wiped the sweat off her brow and plopped herself on top of a trash crab shell, which had now become a rather serviceable stool. To quench her thirst, she raised the canteen she brought to her mouth and scowled. What the? I thought I got a bottle full of iced water? When did it go lukewarm on me? Besides, salty. Even the top must have come loose or something. The child glowered at the canteen, at the lake, then back at the canteen. She again sighed deeply and dumped the entire canteen on her head. She probably thought that the water would at least cool her down. How much longer do I have to keep doing this crap? Brushing through her now soaked hair, the child began to contemplate. She was thinking back to when she first woke up on this mudflat. She was glad that she was able to come back from books, but it was unfortunate that she couldn't choose where to come back to. Let's see. I think the only super gacha they've done so far is Walpurgis knock, because you can't shard the events and IDs and egos who are broken as fuck. Oh, well, that was the last thing I was going to do. I was going to try out the Walpurgis stuff. Also, come back from the books? Is this in a separate timeline where she got ruined? Of course, the child didn't have a penny to her name, and even before she could find her bearings, she noticed a trash crab aggressively crawling toward her. All she could do was face it completely unarmed. Perhaps her fixer days weren't for naught, after all. Watching her beat down a trash crab with her bare hands, the owners of nearby boatworks offered to buy the scraps off her quarry. It's thanks to their help that we were at least able to open our own boatworks. Whew, even that would have been a challenge, had the other guys not returned as well. The child's goal was to return to V-Corp, District 22. Back to where their office used to be, to get their old lives back. Still a ways to go to earn enough for the ride back. Whew, I'm wasting time. The wagon will get here at some point. Might as well kill some more crabs until then. She dove back into the lake after muttering to herself. She whispered, aiming her weapon at the trash crab hiding in the depths of the lake. Still, no use struggling. Has 2 masses and the ego is... Wow! 2 masses! Wow, okay. Alright, let's skill here. On use, gain +3 tremor count. Okay. On use! What's the attack weight? Also, this UI is all new. At 5+ tremor count, coin power +1. Inflict tremor count, gain +2 tremor. Oh! You gain tremor. Coin power +1, inflict +3 tremor count. On hit, gain +2 tremor count. Have 5+ tremor count, coin power +1. If target has +6 sinking, deal +20% damage. On hit, inflict +5 sinking. Inflict 3 sinking. Spend 5 tremor count to inflict 1 fragile. Inflict 3 sinking on... Wow, okay. 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 Interesting. Let's see, we got Rhodey over here.
나는 대표라 더 올라갈 곳이 없는데. 대신 일거리만 더 물어다 줘.
Oh. All right, I'm going on in. Come at me if you can. Amidst the sounds of keyboards, flapping papers, and voices, isn't this the workshop where Merceau is doing everything? Or the office where Merceau is doing all the work? Sound a song too cheery for an office like this place. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. The child looked thrilled and enthused, unlike everyone else who brows are furrowed. On her screen is an online casino game that is said to be pretty popular on the side of the back streets, where the child's office is. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's right, because this is also the Tremor office for Gregor, isn't it? And I think that's Merceau over there. The child seems to be deeply into this game lately. All right, I just need one good card. Boss. I'm trying to focus here. Can I wait a bit? Okay, wait, I need to check this. Could that be the child's subordinate? Speaking to the child with a rather grumpy voice, the employee held a stack of paper in their arms. Oh, come on. Here, I've got 5 days worth of document. Wait, your approval. Read them quickly and... Here it is! The scream silenced the various noises that had filled the office for a second. I've got it. I've got the thing. Check this out, babe. Royal straight flush. What's that? You want to know? That's the sound of 3 months' salary for everyone here rolling into my account. Alrighty, listen up, everybody. No one in the office pays attention to the child, but she goes on anyway. The employee next to her, whose patience was reaching its limit, also went on. Boss, the work isn't going anywhere without your stamp on the papers. You need to work. Yeesh, you're loud. Why are you like that? The child finally turned to face the nagging employee. Let me see, approvals? You know, I approve them most of the time, don't you? I even gave you my stamp. Still, there are procedures to... what good are procedures in our teeny tiny workshop? We have to outsource everything because we don't have the space to do anything. And I gotta say, you think I'm not working? I'm the one who's bringing in the jobs, you know? Those jobs are piling up on our desks. That's not the rep's job to care. Counting on my lovely staff, I am. And also, I've never once had any of your salaries in arrears. Ain't I doing enough? Still, if we go on like this... Whoop, it's time for outdoor work. Make way for the boss. I'm about to get some work done, as you so pleaded. Leaving behind the stunned employee, the child stormed out. People have different definitions about what makes a good leader. To that employee, at least, the child must have seemed totally inept. And yet... Huzzah! The child was undoubtedly excellent at her outdoor work. It was thanks to her superb ability to tune up that her workshop has never been wanting for work. And her roguish magnetism made it that much easier to expand the workshop's customer base. She climbed to the seat of the representative because she was capable. A diamond rolling on a mud hill is still a diamond, as they say. Right, that's a wrap for this one. I need jobs with better pay. The child didn't want to care about the details, but she wanted her office to grow nonetheless. To that end, she kept searching and searching for leads on juicy jobs. Perhaps the effort has paid off. Okay, Corp. A request from the nest. This one's a request for scrapping, not tuning up. Guess it's time for a bit of a workout. It looks like the child has run into one hell of a job. Actually, do I have that, Gregor? All right, what do you have? You have inflict tremor, gain charge count, inflict 1 tremor count. Inflict tremor count, inflict 2 tremor, add 3 plus count. Reuse this coin if it lands heads up. 2 times, inflict 2 more tremor each time the coin is reused. Coin's reused twice. Burst tremor after inflicting it. After bursting tremor, reduce tremor count by 1. Ooh, that's good. +6 plus charge count. Inflict 2 tremor. Inflict 2 tremor. Tremor count. Inflict 2 tremor. Burst tremor. After bursting tremor, reduce count by 1. Burst tremor, reduce tremor count by 1. If target staggered, deal 5% damage as bonus damage. That's really good. Yeah, I do have that, Gregor. Yeah, he's not great, is he? Okay. Well, I don't need to go for Y Association South Section 5 Rodion. I don't think I need to go for DC Association South Section 4 Rodion. I don't need to go for this anymore, and I definitely already have that. So, let's go for this. We have Walpurgis Noct Merceau Teth, which is this dude. It's the old dude that was in... God, what's his name? Purple dude. Science. He was on the second floor. This guy. It's good. Yasad, thank you. I knew it was a Y. So we got Yasad. We have Faust and Hook Office. Lobotomy Ego Regret Faust. What is the event? Okay, so that's it. All right, let's pull 10, shall we? I don't know how many tickets I have. 15. I have 15 tickets.
아, 이 사무소에서는 아무렇지 않게 사람을 죽여도
That looks good. Nope, it was bad. Okay, well... I forgot I had the paid pull. Okay, how do I get rid of these 5 tickets? Also, let me double check something on the Walpurgis thing. No, that's not what I wanted.
정화의 시간입니다. 더러운 것들.
I wanted. How do I check the
순수의
Walpurgis
흙에서
daily thing?
떼어내버릴 시간이죠.
There it is. Module. You only get 1 deck extraction ticket. Huh. I could actually buy them straight out. Well, I could buy this one at least. How many boxes do I have anyway?
정화의 시간입니다. 더러운 것들을 순수의 흙에서 떼어내버릴 시간이죠.
Wait, you can't buy them? Huh. Huh. Oh, look at all these other things. Ah, I see.
정화의
well.
시간입니다.
That's fine.
더러운 것들을 순수의 흙에서 떼어내버릴 시간이죠.
Is it here? Yeah, I just want to see something. These are in Keflin packs. Lunacy. Two deck extraction tickets. I'm trying to see if there's a one that gets me 5 deck extraction tickets so I can get rid... Wait, no, I don't want deck extraction tickets. I just want regular extraction tickets. Is there one that I can buy that gets me regular extraction tickets so I can just get rid of these? That's in Pullin. Weekly. Okay, this one does. So $7 gets me 5 extraction tickets that'll let me just clean out my extractions. Yeah, I'll do that real quick. It's fun. I can justify spending that last bit of money on it. I'm gonna just real quick. Is this? Yeah, it works. Cool. Just in case this shows something I don't want it to. Wait, did that go through?
할 말도 없는데 파우스트를 잡고 있던 건가요? 헉! 이번만 넘어가 드리죠.
Wait, I don't think that... yeah, okay, that didn't go through, I think. Did it? Oh, wait, yeah, okay, I see. I bought the money, but I didn't buy the pack. All right. And that's it for my tickets. Oh, hey, worth it. 2 golds. Also, before I do this real quick, I'll let you sit in anticipation as I have to just enter these things into my account book. What was that, $7.55 for the 2 of them? There. All right, what I get?
이 구석구가 나의 폭력을 저지하기엔 턱없이 모자르지.
Ego obtained. Oh, and I got a Gamer Faust. Well, let's level up that ego a bit, I guess. Sinners. Oh yeah, I also got the Honglu identity, right.
일을 잘하기는 했죠. 일거리를 조금만 더 많이 가져다 주시면 더 활약해 드릴 수 있는데 해주실 거죠?
The air smells as pleasant as always tonight. It's musty and hazy. Now that's the back streets I know and love. I only vaguely remember Hook Office. I think one of the characters, that was one of the characters from Ruina, and they had like a hook blade thing. I vaguely remember them. The child pulled his mask down and breathed in a lungful of air. The stench of slightly rotten trash, the exhaust fume smell of an unknown origin, the back streets reeks with a smell not unlike burning incense of stubborn industrial dust. The child seems to love it though. It was not so long ago when all this child ever knew was the highbrow, lavish aroma of his affluent home. Maybe that's why he enjoyed the smell that most denizens of the city would gag at. He said it reminds him of the common people. Oh, so he's a douchebag, got it. Oh, that's Roshu! And that's Merceau? I cannot agree with that statement, but I understand your sentiment behind it. The child was flanked by 2 other children. One wore a mask and hid her face under the hood of her parka. The other wore a mask that covered his entire face. They've been roaming and causing trouble in the back streets together for the last few years. Sure, well, we don't have to agree on everything, right? As long as we can agree on one thing. That we all love ripping people to pieces. Watch your words. Fixers aren't allowed to kill for no reason. Don't want anyone listening and snitching on us to the rep. There are nothing but rats in our 500-meter radius. No one is here to listen, and if anyone does listen, we'll tear them apart as well. Right? Why should we gag ourselves? It's gotta be so frustrating living like that. Also, real shoot, didn't you have a lot of fun yesterday? And thanks to you, we ended up killing way more people than intended. Yes, which led to unscheduled muscle pain and lack of payment for our extra kills. It was inefficient. It was a rare opportunity. It's hard to come by material consistent enough to be in the same exhibition. I'll consider this incident sorry. Was that even an apology? The child shrugged and let go of the discussion. There was no point in dragging it on. It wasn't going to change anything anyway. Besides, he also had fun yesterday. He certainly wasn't the one to talk. Well, if it's all the same to you, I think I enjoy getting paid a consistent rate for killing people. Who would have thunk that people like us, from a killer syndicate, will be working for an office? Business cards and all? Yes, so are. Picking on the backstreet stock like us. Now that's one strange office rep. This is our niche. There are as many offices as there are syndicates. It is a reasonable choice for a businessman to prioritize a smaller niche in an oversaturated market. But I have a feeling that this office won't last long. We can tear people up into pretty little scraps and hang them up all day. But it's not like we're leaving our business cards behind. There's no way to get the office's name out there. Aye, this canvas is not nearly good enough for real, proper art. This office isn't going to get any new clientele beyond fledgling syndicates or other poor people who want to hire us for petty scare jobs. Will you propose an alternative then? Why would I? The child looked at the other innocently and cocked his head. It was as though he didn't understand where the question was coming from. Well, are we ever going to build a real resume to rise to the fixer ranks? Or are we going to suck up to the rep to get him to recognize us? No, we're just doing some temp work. When there's nothing more to get out of this office, we'll leave and saunter back to the back streets. That is also a reasonable suggestion. The child shrugged affirmatively. So did the bionic weapon on his shoulder. That weapon is from the Union Co. workshop, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's cheap and decently handy. How's that? Couldn't have gotten this without a stable income. That workshop is filled with amateurs. They pick up their meat from random piles of corpses to make their weapons. There's no refinement to them, only a facade of it. Well, that's why they're cheap, and that's why I like them. Though using these really drains my energy. I'm hungry all the time. That is an insignificant problem. Simply take more work, increase your earnings, and consume more calories. Agreed. Let's tear it up some more. The three children giggled, as though a funny thought had crossed their minds. They were confident, on top of the world. Nothing could possibly stand in their way, or so they thought, at least. Incoming contact. It's from the representative. Oh, new work? Precisely. It appears that our next job is at some library. Nice. Let's hurry there. The children leisurely strolled through the back streets. Where will these children go? Well, there is no way to know for now. I know where they're going. I do. I played that game. I got that reference. It's interesting that they're actually starting to bring back the Ruina references. Like, I appreciate it. All right, what do we got? On hit, inflict bleed, and bleed count. Bleed. If the unit is faster than the target, inflict bleed count, equal to the speed difference. At 8 plus speed, coin power plus 1, deal more damage based on target's missing HP. That's not bad. That's a 30% increase. Heal 1 SP per bleed on target. Inflict 1 bleed. Alright, and going here. Let's see, remove 1 random negative effects applied to self, inflict 2 tremor count, inflict additional tremor count, burst tremor, if the target's going to strength throw upon burst, tremor, deal wrath, and then attack indiscriminately. Yeah, it seems fine. Alright. Hey, another gold. What's gonna be? Hey!
맛볼 시간이다.
Hey! Hey! Red Eyes Roshu! Hey!
날씨
And
좋다.
the Rodia.
자, 그래서 누굴 보호해야 한다고 했지?
I have to say, I really like that art because Heathcliff is just like hanging out. Look at the pass of the ego. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Actually, I've got the Ryoshi one. And the 4-up tie on hit inflicts bind. Targets 3+ bind, inflict coin drop. On hit, if target speed is lower than users, inflict slash fragility. On Clash Wind, inflict. Okay, so on Clash Wind, inflict 1 bind 3 times per turn. You know what, let's thread spin it. Oh, that costs shards on top of it. Huh. So that's how they get used in the shards. Can I... Is there a 4 for... identity? There is. Cost shards. So evade gains charge count. Gain wrath charge count after doing haste attack. Always activate. Oh, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. These are going to be expensive though. Yeah, no, there's just, it's still like, that's pretty expensive to do that. Umbrella Thwack, Puddle Stomp. I'm gonna take a look. Let me look at Sinclair here, right? Let's see what this uptie does. Skill upgraded. I don't know what the upgrade is. What's the upgrade? So, Chorus Judgment, 39, gain Fanatic, inflict burn. I don't see a difference. Oh, is it just... okay. I see. Lose 15 SP. If this unit is Fanatic, deal 15 damage. The target is mechanical. Deal 10% damage. 5 or more surviving units, including this unit, are from Encore. They deal plus 10 damage. Ooh, that's good. The burn? Oh, I see. Just 1. Got it. In that case, let's take a look at Blade Lineage. About 3+ poise count, coin power +1, gain +2. Oh, hey, that's good. Clash lose, gain 2 power up next turn. Clash win. Do not spend poise count with critical. Oh my god! That's good. On use, gain +3 poise count. That's good. Whenever ally other than this unit gains poise count, this unit gains +1 poise count and 50% chance, which pairs very well with Kurokumo Rhodia. Gain poise. On use, gain poise at 5+ poise, coin power +2. At 10 poise, plus 100 critical % damage. Gain +2 poise count on counter. Yeah, okay. Wow. That's good. Alrighty, let's go. I got plenty of this to burn. Is that another? That's another yellow, I think. It's not. I was mistaken. Marcel regrets passive. Okay. So units left most skill on the dashboard loses 1 base power and gains 2 coin power. At the start of the turn, if at -4 speed, gain 4 speed or less, gain +1 blunt power. Interesting. I'm gonna thread spin this up. Yeah, I know. Okay, before attack. Okay, so right now it's just before attack, remove 1 random negative effect, remove 2, inflict 3 tremor, burst tremor, deal wrath damage at the final stagger threat. Raised. Oh, that's true. Assuming you roll well. Hey, we got a gold. What is it? It was... Oh. Yisang.
파우스트 수신했습니다. 보호 요청이 온 것으로 이동합니다.
Oh, I didn't actually know there was this Y Association Faust. Oh, that's a gold. Look at that. Who we got? It was Heathcliff. All right, what do we get? Another Yusang. All right. I got 2 poles left. I guess so. Last one. Looks bad to me. Rip. Well, that was disappointing. Oh, you can finally name the teams? Jesus Christ.
그렇군요. 우수한 자가 더 많은 구역을 담당하는 것이 옳은 위치죠. 잘 부탁합니다.
Yes, I have visual confirmation. Reporting. Gregor on proximity protection has successfully neutralized the hostiles. The child was busy communicating with someone else on the line. She did not forget to diligently observe her surroundings while doing so, of course. Relating to Rodion and Heathcliff, Reporting in a situation from proximity protection. Please continue to be on guard for hostile reinforcements. This is appointed persons protection acknowledged. Hey, don't eat all the donuts. Leave some for me. If you need extra provisions, you may report the cost as additional expenses. Ooh, you serious? Gotcha. Signing off. Did you just sigh, Faust? No, Faust merely exhaled more forcefully for a moment. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. It's just, it's been a while since you've shown a genuine reaction to anything. The other child snickered before producing a notepad. There's no need to record something like this, Ishmael. It's our job to observe and record every event during a territory protection contract, isn't it? I am not some observation target. Hey, Don Quixote is on the move. While the other child scribbled in her notepad, this child breathed warily and began to fiddle with the panel in her hands. To Sinclair, have you noticed any suspicious individuals entering the territory? Don Quixote is advancing somewhere. She thought some people were tailing our client, so she said we should follow them. And I agree with her. For this why, our client's shield. The client has already made contact with the hostiles. They appear to be forces from outside the territory. Oh, someone's moving on Don Quixote's position. Sinclair, immediately move to Don Quixote's position and provide support. Section 6, follow the plan and focus on neutralizing any and all external forces. Ah, fast, roger that. This turned out to be a pretty big operation, huh? While a joint operation isn't strictly uncommon, it's not quotidian either. If sections 4, 5, and 6 are all being deployed at once, it is most likely because there will be a conflict of an equivalent scale. For example, speaking of the devil, indeed, such occurrences would warrant it. What could the two children have seen? It must be the horde of hostile forces ganging up on the customer, or client as they call them. I have visual confirmation of overwhelming hostile forces converging in the area. Faust commencing on-the-ground protection. Understood. Please direct further reports to Ishmael's side. Disconnecting from the comms, the child threw on the Zwai's coat. When she arrived, every corner of the alleyway was already filled with enemies. Are you from the Zwei? Correct. We are the shield of our client. Where the hell are you Zwei bastards even coming from? Mess her up! The child took up her Zweihänder handily, as though it was an extension of her arm. Faust, moving to protect, and muttered impassively before charging forward. Here, what does this thing have? Defense. Defense to an ally. Heal 2 HP, apply haste defense. Oh, that's neat. Okay, nothing with Dawn. Ryoshi's all maxed. I mean, no, I maxed out the ego for her too, so she's all maxed. All maxed here. All maxed. Oh, this is maxed.
네가 이렇게 친절을 베푸는 척해도 난 모든 기술이 해방되는 그 순간까지 널 경계하고 의심할 거야.
My colleagues have died. 3, 5, maybe 6. No one doesn't matter anymore. They're all killed by those wretched new technologies that won't start springing up. One lost their job and stop. One got their flesh taken apart. Others work like cogs in the machine. Treated like subhuman junk. They were all diligent chumps. I was thankful that they were good to a bloke like me. Of course, I never showed it. I was one lucky bugger. I at least didn't get swept up by rushing waves of technology and die. I ran off and roamed the back streets like a thrown-away umbrella until they took me in. Well, I guess I didn't deserve them after all. In the end, they all go away like wet paper being torn away. And the regret and shame I felt as I watched it all happen had my anger boiling. Why is this? What is this accent? This is like an Australian accent. Maybe if technology didn't exist as they said, I could have been laughing and fooling around around our backstreets pub with chums that could have been alive. So I decided to get as serious as I could, be ravaged all I can this time for sure. They work on science and technology to make life comfortable. Those things end up taking lives. That's why I started thinking that things like those shouldn't have existed in the first place. Our survivors dug into the rot remains of a fallen wing that once stood at the top of technological prowess and put on what they called ego products of technology we detested. It's ridiculous to think that technology would have a mind, but it seems like this thing does. As soon as I wore this thing, cold, dark feelings rushed into my heart. An endless swirl of gloom wrapped around me, but as it did, I got the feeling that maybe this thing was like me. Maybe, just like I did in the past, this thing once had a friend, but got driven out and abandoned. Thinking like that, it gave me motivation to fight. It helped me take down all the crooks trying to protect their damn technology, and drown it all so they'd never see the light of day again. That's not going to bring my colleagues back from the dead, of course. At least I'll reduce the number of people that'll end up like us a fair bit. But when I'm done, the chill reminds me I'm alone. I go back to wandering damp, dark alleyways. Now I can hardly sleep anywhere else. Damn it, maybe this ego thing will do me in one day, like how technology doomed all my mates. What a force that'd be. Whatever. Thinking more won't get me any answers. Once I'm done with this job, I'll go back with pride. Once the new world is made, I'll have another chance. You leave now. Don't try and give me attention. I have no friends left now. Okay, that was Heathcliff. So Heathcliff's all finished. Ishmael. There's Y Rodeo.
인정받는 건 기분 좋은 일이지. 그것보다는 임무 수당이나 더 챙겨주면 좋겠는데.
She's all about that better pay. Hello? I love this, like, Heathcliff look over here. It's great. I'm talking to you, Heathcliff. What? It's a bright sunny day in the city. The child sat on a bench wearing a pair of pitch black sunglasses. Next to her was another child, totally confident that he didn't look suspicious in the slightest. Do you seriously think you don't look suspicious with the way you're acting? As long as you don't keep bugging me with the prattle. What, their problem? Yeah, I've got a problem. Who reads both pages of a newspaper like that in this day and age? If you're going to do that, at least stop peeking over the pages. You're going to scare our VIP week, okay? The child sighed deeply, belittling her coworker. The two children were conducting a covert mission. Specifically, it was appointed persons protection, one of the Zwei's job categories. It's a well-known fact that Zwei Association specializes in client protection, but their exact methodology isn't so public. Covert supervision was one of these methodologies, a service for people who want protection without interruption to their daily lives. Won't something please happen? Just dawdling here is starting to get boring. However, the child appears rather disgruntled. Understandably so, as she was assigned an appointed persons protection job only because of her proclivity to act naturally in unfamiliar circumstances. Not because this was what she wanted to do, per se. I should have picked a different job. But this looks so cool on paper. Perhaps the child wasn't entirely free of fault. Hold on, he's on the move. What? He's supposed to faff about there for another hour or... Oi! The child next to her rose to his feet, crumpling the paper. Ooh, something's finally happening. Boy, speak of the devil. An excited child and a frustrated child. The duo subtly strode up behind the VIP. Hey. Hey? You really don't get what's going on then, do you? Look, I'm threatening you right now. Got it? Oh, I'm just here to meet someone for the contract payment. Meet someone? Meet my blade. Now say hello. All right, hold your horses. A heavy thwack echoed through the narrow alley. Who are... Oh, Zoe. Yep, haven't seen each other since we signed the contract, eh? Where in the world were you? Listen, can you stick to the routine you told us before? It's not easy being stealthy around you when you veer off your usual course. Anyways, from this point on, Zoe's here to protect you. Hey, get this loud straight out of here. With that, the child stepped in front of the client with her characteristic defensive stance. All right, who's up next? Come on out. Grinning that there was finally something to do. All right, what does she get? Poise count? Really? At 15 plus shield, gain 2 poise count. Whoops. Inflict 1 on crit, inflict fragile. Bizarre. Wait, can she actually gain poise? Gain 2 aggro. Slots with higher aggro values are more likely to be targeted by enemies. Gain plus 2 poise count. On clash, lose. At 15 plus shield, gain plus 2 poise count. Gain 4 aggro. Gain plus 2 poise count. She can get poise, but wait. Yeah, she can get poise count, but she can't actually get poise. Huh. Okay, I never did red sheet.
해방을 위해서는 설령 저주더라도 받아들이겠어요.
A murmur faintly echoes in the room. As candlelights waver, so does the writhing brush in the child's hand, imbued with red ink. The child ceaselessly writes red letters on yellow talismans. He's writing down complicated spells of wishes and curses targeted at somebodies. Could the child have learned this art of thaumaturgy? Probably not. Then what was it the group the child belongs to, the Technology Liberation Alliance, that taught him how to make talismans? That wouldn't be the case either. Perhaps he's making sheets of paper containing tremendous technology, aiding his group's terrorist attacks? No, that simply couldn't be. What the child did was simply fight a few fights wearing the ego his group borrowed from the underground levels of an L-Core facility. However, the child does seem immersed in his crafted talismans and dark arts. Rather than putting on ego and using it as a tool, it was as though he became one with the ego, or the abnormality itself, putting the things in its mind to action as it possessed. That's right. Most ego will try to encroach on its user and corrode them. It's said that uttering someone else's words as if they're your own, and copying whatever they do eventually makes you no different from that person, right? Then it may only be natural that using someone else's mind like a tool gradually assimilates yours into it, forgetting yourself as if it has taken it. It would be wise to have someone else take the child's ego off before it corrodes him further, but it doesn't look like the organization he belongs to will be eager to do so, considering the excellent compatibility and results he's been showing. Only a little concerning. Only slightly concerning. Inflict Rupture. Gain Talisman. On hit, inflict Rupture by the count. When hit, gain Rupture by the count. Turn end at 6 count. Remove all talisman, take damage by its count. Talismans. And spend 5 talisman on self, give 5 talisman. I see. So basically, you get Talisman on yourself in order to cash out with this move and stick it on someone else. Okay, Otis, nothing for you. And Gregor. I got Rose Banner. I never finished upgrading that.
나 이곳에 계속 붙어 있을 생각은 아니었는데 책임져 주는 거야?
Sounds of a chainsaw rumbling and roaring. Sounds of a person's limbs being cut, hurried footsteps making an escape, and another pair of feet following them. This is how the child's outdoor work always looks. He takes care of wet jobs for his office, and goes on to handle the next one. Oh, I see, so he actually swaps out his little hand for a chainsaw. Why is this thing so sluggish now? Oh, there we go. Doesn't look like a scene too pleasing to keep watching, right? Here, a coffee. Here, mister, a coffee for you. Well, I'll be. Thanks a bunch. Once he returns to the office after a hard day at work, the child always does the same thing in the same spot. Holding a cup of cheap instant coffee in one hand, he smokes cigarettes until his fatigue yields and goes away. No creamer, huh? You really care. I've been making coffee for you for months now. How can I forget what you don't want? Shouting at the employee who brought the coffee to the child lit their own cigarette. Done with today's work? No. Let's see. I got 2 jobs done at once earlier today, so there'll be some rest for me if I handle one early in the morning and one at daybreak. Oh my, are you sure you don't need to take it easy? Yeah, I gotta work to earn a lot. There's a fellow who works overtime every day too, no? At least he mostly does paperwork. Whew, the child exhales cigarette smoke, making a bitter smile. As the employee said, the child was aware that fatigue was wearing his body down with each passing day. He's human after all. But the child has a dream. I'm going to make a machine that Tress will approve. It'll cost a fortune. You're still at it, mister? Of course I am, bud. Can't stay in this vicious workshop till I die now, can I? Gotta make my own workshop product and stand on my own. Isn't that right? The child shook his arm with the coffee a little. Sometimes it's a chainsaw, sometimes a dagger, and other times a flamethrower. That arm was his own machine the child had been preparing. Though the child has been working himself to the bones as he didn't have the funds to apply for an approval or mass-produce the arm, he felt he was still fortunate. If even the gear he's been tinkering with all by himself required an approval, he'd have had to forfeit his dream. Alright, stay safe out there. You know you're the one that keeps our office running, right, mister? The child would only snuff out his cigarette with a snicker. He had no need to answer. Whether it was true or not, it didn't change the fact that it was time for him to get busy. Alright, and that's everything. I have a little bit of lunacy, which... yeah, I guess that's 2 pulls if I really want to. There we go. And
정화의
with that,
시간입니다.
I'm basically totally cashed out of the game.
순수의 흙에서 떼어내버릴 시간이죠.
I've used all my tickets, I've used up all my lunacy, and I basically used up, I don't know, like the only thing I would need left to use up is convert all this stuff into Keflin, but that's kind of just pointless. So, there we go. I guess there's one other thing I could do. Where is it? How do I get there again? Is it Sinners? No, wait.
정화의 시간입니다.
Is it here?
더러운 것들을 순수의 흙에서 떼어내버릴 시간이죠.
It's not thread exchange. How do I convert these things to boxes again? Oh no, it was convert boxes to thread. That was it.
정화의
All right, well,
시간입니다.
let's
더러운 것들을 순수의 흙에서 떼어내버릴 시간이죠.
you know, I'm not gonna bother. Anyway, that's that. So I'm gonna put Limbus Company to rest then. I may come back to it in the future, but most likely not. I'm gonna be real. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. This was just a little stream to sort of finish the game off, as it were. Enjoy the rest of your evening, or whatever, you know, time of day it is for you. And see you next time.
고통을 받아들여야 해요. 그걸 초월한 순간에야 다시 태어날 수 있으니까요. 파우스트를 따라오세요. 제게 쥐어지는 겁니다. 고통을 받아들여 파우스트를 따라오세요. 제게 쥐어지는 겁니다.